Fired Up Trucker here. Fired Up Trucker here. What's up, YouTube? Look at that big orange ball coming up in the east. Wow. Headed to Shreveport today. Just went through Forney, Texas, so I'm just started my journey. About 175 miles east of Dallas is how far Shreveport is. That's not how far I am. I'm only about 10 miles from Dallas into my journey. But this beautiful orange ball coming up in the east just blew my mind, so I wanted to turn on the camera and let y'all enjoy it with me for a while. I haven't shared a lot with you guys lately about what's going on, but I decided that over the road, not really for me. It doesn't take long to figure out if that lifestyle is for you or not. I just love being around my family. I love being home every night. And here's the moral to the story. Money is not enough motivation to keep me away from my family. My wife asked me at one point a week or so ago, well, what was your motivation? I said, well, my motivation originally was money, because I seen the money that could be made out there. But look, a lot of good things. Man, I can't believe how orange that. I hope it shows up on the video good. But that orange ball is just incredible. Hopefully when I get on 20 over here, it'll be, I can't keep messing with the camera. I'll put it forward, and hopefully when I hit 20 here, it might be in the viewfinder. Anyway, so guys, I got a little trick. Anybody that's looking, if you're looking for a regular company to go to work for in the trucking industry, then you got all the majors. All you got to do is contact them. Go check them out on their websites. Go check them out. Let me see if I can get that orange ball back in here again. I don't know if I can or not. There it is. It's behind the trees now. If you're just looking for a regular, over the road, company driver position, or getting into lease purchase, whatever it is, then all you do is you go to their websites, you find the names of the companies, the trucking companies, and I've stated this before. When I first started, I just went off the top of my head, trucking companies that I remember seeing on the road, and wrote them down, started checking them out, started watching YouTube videos, started talking to people, started going to their websites, if I had any questions, I had a set list of questions. Set list of questions that I wanted to, that I wanted to talk to the recruiters about. And, so that's one thing also. Let's just say, for instance, you wanted to go drive and you're checking out Swift Transportation. Now, when you call Swift, that recruiter's main job is to get you into orientation, get you to come and commit to them. So don't expect them to be willing, to answer all your questions and everything. They should answer all your questions, and most of them will. But here's the key. If you don't ask the questions, you're not going to get the answers, because they only offer up enough information to get you in, get you to orientation. And look, I'm telling you, I went through it. The process was unbelievable. As far as talking to the recruiters and everything, even when I chose my company that I was going with, if I didn't ask the questions, I didn't get the answers. So anything you got on your mind, whether it's the amount of time you have to stay out, and how much home time you get, and how you get paid, and whatever. I mean, just whatever questions you have. Look at that orange ball. Oh, man, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's incredible. I'm sorry. I know I'm messing this camera all around, but man, that was unbelievable. Anyway, so what is Fired Up Trucker up to? Well, here's what I did. When I got off my trainer's truck, when I decided to do that, for whatever reasons, I told the company that I was with, hey, give me a couple days, figure out what I'm going to do. Because, look, when I got off my trainer's truck, I didn't throw him under the bus and go through a bunch of stuff that was bothering me and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of made it seem like I really didn't know if the over-the-road thing was for me, and I needed to figure that out. So I said, give me a couple days. A couple days turned into a week. I talked to him, and I told him I didn't have enough time to think about it, because at the time my daughter's pregnant. She was in the hospital with an infection, so we had to watch the boys. So then I talked to him again the following week, and I said, look, I need a little time. I need to figure this deal out. So I took another week, and after that week, I called him and I said, hey, find me another trainer. And I said, if I still have a job with this company, which at the time, I mean, they said that I did, and they were wanting to do whatever I wanted to do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, they were willing to, but all I told them this time was, I said, find me another trainer. I want to finish what I started, which what I meant by that was I wanted to finish my training, get my over-the-road training done, and, test out for a truck or whatever. So, but I requested that they find me a non-smoking trainer. And originally, when I got my first trainer, they had asked me, oh, does it matter smoking or non-smoking? I said, well, I'm a non-smoker. I quit smoking 8 years ago. It generally doesn't bother me to be around smokers. But I said, I guess we'll find out when it happens. I said, if the guy is just smoking me out, well, 3 days into my training, I started coughing just because of the frickin' secondhand smoke. I mean, the minute that I met my trainer, I was like, oh man, dude, yeah, this guy, it's going to be a great deal. I'm not going to go into all that, but as soon as I opened up the door of that truck and stepped up in there, I'm like, oh my God, it smells like a bar. It smells like a club or, some smoke-filled room or something. I'm like, oh well, it is what it is. Luckily, I had my little bottle of Febreze with me, and so that's key. Make sure you put Febreze in your travel bag, whether you have a smoker or not, because things in a little truck like that, you might think there's a lot of room in there, but when you get two guys in there, or two gals, or a guy and a gal, whatever, living in that confined area, it can get pretty stinky probably. So make sure you take some Febreze with you. If you don't know what Febreze is a liquid air freshener that you can spray. They make aerosol ones. I have the little liquid one. I actually got a little tiny one that you can refill. I just keep it in my night bag. Anyway, so I told them, find me a new trainer, and he said, okay. Well, yesterday was, oh my gosh, was it 3 weeks or 4 weeks now? 3 or 4 weeks I hadn't heard from him. I knew last week which week it is, but it's getting to be so long now I don't even know. So anyway, here's what happened. During that whole time, I was praying about it, I was saying, Lord, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do. And then I had this idea. I do some other businesses and things from home, and I use Craigslist for that. And I thought, you know what? And I had been looking at Craigslist on the trucking jobs and stuff like that, trying to find local and whatever. I pretty much had made my mind up that if they called, I would go and finish. If they didn't call, I was trying to find something local. And so I put a personal ad under the resume section in the jobs. I didn't put a resume in there. I just kind of wrote a little description and story about, hey, I'm a 52-year-old new CDL holder. This is what I've done. This is what's happened. This is what I'm looking for. If any of this fits what your company's looking for, give me a call. And I've probably had, over the month that I've had that running, I've probably had over a half dozen small trucking companies. And when I say small, I'm saying 1 to 2 to 10 trucks. Actually, one company too was, I think they had probably a company out of Oklahoma had probably more than that. They probably had maybe 25 or 50. I don't know. But here's what happened. I made some really, really good connections. None of those positions worked out for me. I had 2 of the smaller guys that only had like 1 and 2 trucks, and especially the first one that really, really wanted to hire me, but the insurance just would not let it happen under 6 months of experience. So, I kept my ad up. I kept renewing it. And just for all of you that don't know, when you put any kind of an ad up on Craigslist, whether you're selling something or doing like what I did, you can renew those ads every 48 hours, I believe. All you got to do is go into your account, click renew, and it automatically reposts your ad up to the top and keeps it going. So anyway, I went and drove this guy's truck and everything that he was wanting me to drive. Real nice, automatic Volvo, real clean. But there were some scary things, like I was going to have to be an independent contractor pretty much and pay my own taxes. I was going to get a percentage of the loads, whatever. I was willing to do whatever. I was doing the numbers and it all looked really good. But then I still had in the back of my mind, I didn't know that I really wanted to be away from my family. I mean, I've got 4 young grandsons right now. One that was only 3 months old. I got another one due in November. Is this really what I want? So anyway, I kept the ad up. I kept talking to people. I went and met another guy and looked at his truck. It was pretty decent. Another one was just junk. But you got to weed through them. There's plenty of opportunity out there to get out of the big corporate type, guys if you want. But you got to understand, the corporate guys, they've got the system set up. They've got new equipment. They've got all that stuff. But if you don't like the big corporate runaround and you just sometimes you just got to rebuild your driving. Like my trainer actually said he had to go to work for a smaller company for a while because of what had happened with his license and some other things. But anyway, so I had a call one day from this company that I actually have gone to work for. It's called let's just say they sell anything to do with like bath enclosures, water, shower enclosures, stuff like that. And they had a delivery position open that was 2 days a week local. They have a box truck, and then like today I'm in a Toyota Tundra pickup is all. And 3 days a week, one on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday there's a Little Rock, Arkansas run. Every Thursday, which is today, is Shreveport. And then Fridays go back and forth between Houston and Wichita, Kansas. So I'm like, that will at least get me out on the road driving. If it was just a in-city delivery job, I probably wouldn't have been interested. I mean, not really what I was looking for, but since I get to get out and do some driving and get on the road, then I figured I'd give it a shot. So anyway, I've been liking it so far. When I did the numbers on it, to tell you the truth, not quite as many hours a week. Like, let's say you work 70 hours a week as an over-the-road trucker or whatever, and you're a company driver. I kind of know what they average in pay. I mean, depending on, who they're working for, what kind of money they're making. And so at 55 to 60 hours with this company, and I will get 50 hours a week every week, but normally it's going to be somewhere between 50 and 60, could be 55, 60, whatever. It puts me at, the money I'd be making as a company driver, and close enough to me, for me. So that's what I decided to do, and guess what? I'm home every night. I'm getting out on the road, getting to see the country a little bit, and just ready to take this chapter of my life here. Not 100% ever putting out. If someone wanted me to, let's say someone had a run in an 18-wheeler and they wanted me to run to Shreveport, to Houston, to Little Rock, to whatever, whatever these, if they had something like that, just back and forth every day, a few times a week, Monday through Friday, whatever it was, not saying that I wouldn't consider it if the money was right. But as far as getting out and living that over-the-road lifestyle, 10 days was pretty much all I needed of that. Just look, if I was a 20-year-old guy, 20 to 30, I wasn't married and all that stuff, man, I'd love to be out there on the road and seeing the country, doing all that. But it's just too hard being away from the family for me, and being away from the grand boys and everything that's going on, and hell, even my dogs, man. I miss my dogs, and that's just the lifestyle that I'm used to, and I'm just a family guy. So, not saying that there ain't family guys out there on the road. They're just doing what they have to do. But I took some liberty to find to find an option, and it worked out. It was kind of a strange way to do it with the Craigslist ad and everything. I'm still getting calls. I had a call this week from a company that was offering me a tanker job, fuel tanker job, although I don't have my hazmat. I've got tanker and I've got doubles and triples. Going around refueling their equipment, day job, home every night, and all you would do is go around to they have an excavating company or something like that, like where there's new housing projects or new buildings going up, excuse me, going to their locations and refueling their equipment. And I didn't call them back. I mean, I don't want to burn bridges or anything, but I just, not that big of a deal. I just didn't call them back and start any kind of a conversation. Had another gentleman call this week from Houston. Said they had a small company, like 10 trucks. I think he's an owner-operator, and plus he owns another truck within that company, and he was looking for someone to drive that. And he said the company did have an owner-operator program, a lot different from the bigger companies where, you have all the escrow and all that stuff. It's flat out, you pay the finance, whatever. They get the truck and whatever. So anyway, but, not really something that looked, that was really worth looking at for me. But so anyway, look, if you're looking and you want some options, you want to get closer to home, you want to go with a smaller company, and you don't have time to do a lot of searching, if your CDL's in good shape and you're good with talking to people and figuring things out, you can put because look, what these people are doing, is these companies are going to Craigslist and they're just searching truck drivers. And that's how they found my ad. And that ad is still sitting out there. Look, you always got to look out for number one, right? I mean, no one's going to take care of you like you're going to take care of you. So if you need to make more money, you want to better yourself, you want to find something that works better for you and your family, then you're the one that's got to go out and go after it. If you're out there on the road cranking it right now, over the road, do what you here's what you got to remember. Do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do. Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. And there's some great money out there on the road. I know there is. That's what lured me in. But the money and the lure of that was not great enough for me to be away from my family and not to be in my own bed every night. So, anyway, might not want to call me a trucker now. I buzz around, in my box truck for the company there, and for me right now, that's good enough. I enjoyed what I did while I did it there, and I learned a lot. And I know that here's the deal. If certain things wouldn't have happened during my training, I would have finished my training. I had every intention of following through and going through my 4 to 6 weeks of training, whatever it would take, test out and get my own truck. I could be out there right now. But for some reason, that's not what the Lord wanted me to do. God did not want me out there on the road, away from my family, and and that's just the way it went down. So, and I found a job that in my life, I'm 52 years old, I have never in my life had a Monday through Friday job. I had one that was close, but then even that turned out to having to work Saturdays and stuff like that. But I had one that was close. It was pretty much Monday through Friday. But I've never had, anything that was Monday through Friday, home, every night. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody's rocking and rolling out there. I'm definitely here to support you. I'm definitely not down on the trucking industry. I learned a lot going through the process that I went through to get as far as I did. Not saying that I won't ever make the decision to go back out there and finish what I started, but for right now, it's not the right thing. And to tell you the truth also, just to give you all a heads up, with today's times, right now it's August, it's the end of August. I think today is August 27th, 2015. And 2015, and there's some things going on. Stock market is messing up, and there's some things going on, and they're saying that this could be the start of something that lasts a little while. I want to be close to home. I want to be around my family and make sure my family's okay. So anyway, guys, I want to let you go. Quick video. Hope you enjoyed the beautiful sunrise. And Fired Up Trucker, stay fired up. Bye.